Hey guys, it's stay-at-home dad Brian here. Today is Monday, and I'm going to talk about the movie Princess Mononoke. This is my second video about Princess Mononoke, and it's the second time I'm making this video. I did the first one earlier today, but I was like watching Quill on the baby monitor, and I had the baby monitor like right here by the iPad with the sound turned all the way up, so the sound was terrible, and I couldn't use it. So yeah. Anyways, I watched this movie yesterday again, and I just like this movie more and more. Like every time I watch it, I got my off-brand LaCrox here that I'm going to be drinking while I talk. Uh, but yeah, I mean, this movie. There's so much going on. The big theme, as in a lot of Miyazaki movies, is like human progress, basically versus like against like the environment or like yeah, animal spirits, primal earth stuff. uh so something else that I noticed watching this was like, so the main character is this guy Ashitaka, but it's kind of like this plot where you're with this character but they don't really change, they're not the ones going through change, like they're just kind of on this path, and then everyone around them goes through these changes. And I think that the character that actually goes through the most change in this movie is actually the the people of Irontown go through the biggest like change of heart and like change of character in this movie, because basically their entire survival is just getting iron out of the earth and selling it for things that they need, and that's all they care about. And so they're kind of like set on this path where they have to go up against like the forest, they have to go up against these like primal animal gods, and it has to end in this big, basically environmental doomsday that happens at the end of the movie. Um, and it kind of like makes me think of like a lot of stuff that's going on now. I mean, with like global warming and stuff. I remember like last Monday I was in the car, and the California wildfires are going on again, and it was this thing where they were like having a press conference with Trump, and he just said something along the lines of like, well, science doesn't know what it's talking about. And I was like, that's not a good sign. That's not good when like the people leading the country just like completely discount science. But I mean, getting back to like looking at the people of Irontown and like their characters and their motivations, it does kind of make sense where it's like, especially here in Utah, like so much of our economy is getting like natural resources out of the ground. I was kind of curious about it after watching this movie, and I like did an internet search for like what natural resources come from Utah, and I thought it was going to be salt, because it was like the Salt Flats, Salt Lake City, but it turns out there's like a lot more. So here are some like facts, some statistics that I found. There are 15 coal mines here in Utah. The biggest one is just a little bit north of where we are, of where I am right now in the town of South Jordan. We also have the biggest copper mine in the world here in Utah. It's so big. How big is it? It's that you can see it from outer space. That's how big it is. And I was like, what, when I was reading this, I was like, well, what do people use copper for? Is it just for making pennies? No, it's not. Copper is used for electrical wiring, for making a lot of car parts. So yeah, people need copper, and natural gas. Utah is number 8 in the United States for the production of natural gas, and it's number 13 in the United States for the production of crude oil. And we have 8,600 oil and natural gas wells. So this is all from an article from a website called sciencing.com from back in 2017, 3 years ago. So some of this information might be a little bit different now. But yeah, I mean, I think the point is that, Utah is a very red state, very big Trump supporters, and a lot of the economy, it seems like, comes from getting resources out of the ground. So yeah, I think maybe like, I guess the point is that we're maybe on the same trajectory that the people of Irontown are on. And, you know, I guess here in the United States, we are starting to see some like natural disasters. And I don't know. I'm not trying to make any kind of big point, or at least I'm not sure. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I do really like this movie, and it is really worth checking out. And oh, something else that I looked up, just a little bit of trivia. So the red elk in the movie that Ashitaka rides, Yaku, they call him a red elk, which is not an actual animal. Well, it is, but it's very different looking from the red elk in the movie. The action, so Yaku is based on an animal called the lechwe, red lechwe, which is a kind of animal that lives in Africa. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Princess Mononoke this week. You should check out this movie if you can, if you haven't seen it already. And this has been me, Stay at Home Dad Brian, for Miyazaki Monday. All right, bye.